welcome to what is going to be a very special episode of Get Out of Rap TV, love themed. There'll be a lot of love in the room. Very pleased to be doing something slightly different today. I hope you are all well. As some things haven't changed with the show, and that is, please do get involved, say hello in the comments, and remember, if your comments don't show, I promise you I'm not ignoring you. It is purely something to do with LinkedIn. You just need to hit refresh. Here he is, quick off the mark. Danny is here. Good morning, sir. Good morning to you. Yeah, this is as you might have guessed from the, I hope you like the VT, Danny. I know you do appreciate them. The Valentines theme. Let's kick off with our question to get to know each other. Tristan is here. Hello, Tristan. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Let me just add this in as well. If your comments are not showing, I'm not ignoring you. Please just refresh. Yes. Bev's here, who I saw on Saturday at the surprise. You trickster Dixter. Good morning, Darren. Good to see you. You do appreciate a VT. I know, Danny, you really do. So, where are you? Are you all old romantics and are you fans of Valentine's Day, or are you a little bit meh about the whole thing? Where are you on the romance scale? And this is all so we can just kind of get to know each other before we do something a little bit different. Where are you on the scale? I think I would class myself in the first bit. I love it, and it's not just because it's my birthday. That was always a bit of a pain, actually. Mrs. has been treated to chocolate chip and cherry pancakes today. Every day is Valentine's with me. He's a lover, not a fighter. Kerry's here. Hello, Kerry. Valentine's is a bit meh. So Kerry is the other end. I used to say that my postman used to think I was a gigolo because I'd get a load of cards on Valentine's Day. Little did he know they were all birthday cards. Maybe one from my mum, which is embarrassing as a teenager. Get a Valentine's Day card from your mum. Romantic 1000%, but Valentine's Day is BS. She's not pulling any punches from the word go. Meh now, but romantic way back in the day, says Darren. A bit of a heartbreaker, I bet, Darren. Who else have we got out there today? How are we all doing? Let me just change. I just want to, I haven't done it yet, but I want to thank my partners over there this time. Evaluagent, DDC, OS, and OneCom. They allow me to be able to bring this. Nick, I have to get a card. Well, this service is nothing if not informational, Nick. But I did get a great proposal in December. Hi, Tracy. Morning. I am married almost 30 years, so it's a bit meh for me. Does anyone else do the whole agreement about let's not get each other anything, let's go and have a meal or do something like that, but we don't need to go all in? But then you have the moment of thinking, what if she has and I haven't? Aaron, good morning, sir. Morning. And yep, it's just a waste of money. None of us are buying into this. Is it because you're all more interested in my birthday? Which really, well, actually, since being with Bev, my birthday's now been shifted to the 15th. Don't get me anything. It's a trap. It's a trap. It is. It sets the alarm bells ringing, doesn't it, Danny? No, we don't need to get each other anything. Is there a hidden message in here? Okay, please do. Euros, hello. Hi, Martin. What's up? Well, it's a day of love, Euros. I hope you're feeling it. And it's also the day before my 50th. I cannot believe I'm that old. Um, age is just a number. Hey, Rachel, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, so as I mentioned at the outset, and oh, Aman is here. Hello, Aman. Now, Aman, as well as being all things knowledgeable about quality and contact centers, is part of the book writing team. And Aman, I did get your email. Thank you very much. I will come back to you. It's been a pretty bonkers few days. So yes, I did get it. And remember, if anyone wants to be part of that book writing team, you can still do it. Love Valentine's Day. Virtual flowers for everyone. So then this is good because we have everyone at both ends of the spectrum. Rach is over there with me. I love it too. Alan, good morning, sir. How are you? Where are you on the Valentine's Day scale? Old romantic or a little bit? Oh, no, no thanks. For me too. So I understand. Well, oh, is it your birthday? Or am I just being, I'm blinkered by my own? Now, time for something a little bit special. I heard you guys about wanting something special. So, and Danny, get ready for another VT. James, how about that for an intro?
I tell you, I'm not supposed to join this laughing. That was amazing. Thank you so much.
There you
I
go.
think it was my birthday, not yours.
I've gone Disney and it's all sorts.
Yeah,
But
well, I think you look at me and you think Disney. That's the normal kind of reaction I do get. So that works.
that's what people like Chris and Nicola say, definitely. So, James Marscheider from Evaluagent, welcome to Get Out a Rap, the very first other person that's been on here. How about that?
I don't know whether to be excited or nervous or both. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. One of the things that everyone has commented on in the past has been that there's so much to try and keep up with in our industry. One of the reasons, as well as seeing your lovely face and just chatting with you, but one of the reasons was you guys have had a big announcement. Sometimes there's so much going on, it's hard to see sometimes some things that are really significant. What you guys have talked about and announced recently, I think, is going to have a big impact. And it's something that I know you guys out there would love. So, James, tell us, what have you launched in the last week?
So we launched a brand new version of our quality platform, evaluagentCX. And for those of you who don't know Evaluagent, we've been in the quality game as people, not me, because clearly I'm not old enough, but collectively our founders, excuse me, for decades before they founded this business, they ran quality teams. So we've always kind of had a good handle on what quality is or isn't, and each to their own as well to a certain extent. But where we've seen the market in the last 12 months or so, this little thing called AI, I'm sure some of you have heard of, has kind of come out of nowhere and has been all consuming really. And where we were with the market, with the product, with our customers was 12, 18 months ago, AI was kind of the shoot for the moon, we'll get there. Where we are now is it's expected. And so we have re-engineered, redeployed our capabilities to allow our customers in quality and contact centers to get the very best of AI, but in some really specific use cases that we think are what drive great quality teams and ultimately great customer experience through the contact center. So yeah, we launched evaluagentCX last week, and it's gone down really well, thank goodness, because we'd have been in trouble if it hadn't.
Yeah. Now it's that kind of link between the correct deployment and how much time did you spend really thinking about where best to apply it, and how much did that involve quality teams out there anyway, in terms of what are the things that you wish you could have less of, more of, what would help you?
So it's interesting. So it's been years in the making. It's one of those classic 10-year overnight success stories. because we've been using AI for quite some time, what things like ChatGPT have allowed is scale, and kind of it's massive, as we know. So we spent a lot of time with our customers, our users, and the things that were shouting out to us is they don't need grand transformation. They just want things removed that get in the way of the important stuff. So if we can help automate a process, or speed up a process, or remove a process, and allow a team leader to get closer to their agent, spend more time coaching, giving more feedback, rather than crunching the numbers or looking for that needle in a haystack when it comes to what call should I score today, that's where really kind of what's sound when I say it out loud quite small, but actually you ladder that up to what's happening across an organization and a contact center on a daily basis. That's massive. And so we focused all of our kind of product development on where can we help people help the agents be better. And we've always had the mindset that the agent is the heartbeat of any organization. Forget the contact center. Those guys know everything. They're the funnel of all this information. And they can't be ignored anymore. And so we call it the insight gap. There's so much information coming into those people being collected that traditionally was sat there going unused. But with our tool, you can now start to surface that, but more importantly, do something with it.
That's great. And I'm pleased to say as well that coming out on Friday, I have a chat with Chris. Chris, would you the fountain of all knowledge?
He is, and so he puts me under pressure knowing he's coming up, because one, he always knows more than me anyway, but two, I don't want to steal his thunder or get anything wrong, and he's got to come on and correct me. But no, I think I'm teeing him up to do a good deep dive on some of this stuff Friday.
Yes, and that is going to be Chris is going to be the guest on Get Out a Wrap on Friday. That'll be available. But for people that might want to find out about evaluagentCX right now, what's the best way for them to do that?
So obviously the website, just search for Evaluagent and you'll find us. Go onto our LinkedIn. You can sign up to our newsletters. So subscribe. We've got loads of great content going out. On our website, you've actually got the ability to go and play with the platform. So there's a bunch of what we call product tours, where you can actually just kind of click through and feel what this capability actually is. So rather than reading something or watching a video, you can physically get interactive with it and see some of the value there.
That's great. And I think I'd recommend people do that just to see what's possible, because like you say, it doesn't necessarily need to mean that it is a whole-scale massive change in terms of their teams and their people and what good looks like. It's to facilitate and enhance what they do.
Exactly that. And I think we're always going to have the mindset is this stuff will never replace people. People are the bit that matter. So our job when we build these products and bring them to market is to enable that to continue to be the truth. That I'm a human. I'm always going to want to talk to a human, but I want to talk to a really well-engaged, well-trained, motivated agent as quickly as I possibly can. And I use the word agent. It's about people. So that's the important thing. And I can see one of my team has stuck the URL in the chat, which is great of them. We've also got an open demo coming up. So if that same person would be ever so kind as to
hi Nicola,
to register for that. Hi Nick. That'd be a great place for you guys to come and have a look as well. It won't be 20 minutes, half an hour, just kind of going through it, and then if something takes your fancy, we can arrange something a bit more specific for you.
Brilliant, that's great. Well, it worked the very first time I've had somebody else on the show.
Honored. I am honored. I haven't sworn. No. I've remembered most of my lines. I've been called cute. I think I saw that in one of the comments. That might not have been what it's meant, but that's what I'm taking, and that's what I'll come off from that. Thank you, Danny.
Yeah. Who's that wonderful girl? That one.
I'm assuming that's about me. I'm going to take it. I only read the cute a bit, and I've been called a lot worse, and it's only 10:15 this morning, so I'm going to take it.
James, thank you very, very much for coming on.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Happy birthday for tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
And happy Valentines, everybody.
Yeah. And as Danny says, it's a really good platform. Sorry, James, I had something going on with my contact lens here. No, I'm not on commission. Now, sorry if you've already seen this on LinkedIn. Please do indulge me just for a second. it's something that I've had to watch a few times just to be able to remember, did this really happen? But as James mentioned, it's my birthday tomorrow. I thought I was going out on Saturday night for our football team's belated Christmas do. I did mention as well to my family. I said, "Oh, it's interesting that all of us are out at the same night." But I thought everyone was going to different places. My wife Bev was going out with her friends. My daughters were going to their friends and out. And little did I know this happened. Levitator stuff, Paul Parker. Is that sort of era, yeah? Yeah. Paul Parker. Well, I'm still not quite over the shock. Yes, people had to wait a long time. I was about 20, 30 minutes later than I should have been. Yeah, it was shock. Hey Nick, good to see you, mate. 1 minute shock. Yeah, I didn't talk. Oh, thank you, Morris. That's very kind. What a great surprise. Did you not have an inkling? No, not a clue. And afterwards, even last night at the girls' football training, people were like, "You were so oblivious that on our game on Saturday, everyone just we won. Normally, people hang around, we have a chat. Everyone just left. It is because they didn't want to give the game away." Nicola here. Oh yeah, here's the link to the demo. Good morning. Hey Luca, how you doing? Wasn't on time. That's the only bit of this that isn't a shock. Oh dear. Yes, Dan, your comment shows. Brilliant. Yeah, it was lovely. Um, I'm very lucky. My wife was brilliant. Hi Marianne, just caught that. It looked absolutely amazing. Sorry I couldn't be there. No worries at all. Now, once again, I mentioned GOOWx. I've absolutely just taken from TEDx And I'm really, really, really pleased to say that the first up, and it's not about setting the bar low. I've just taken, sorry. I've got a video for you as well. Here we go. It's the one and only, everybody, Clayton. Hello, mate.
Thanks for that. That was a nice intro. Thanks, Martin.
Oh well, and I took your joke.
I know. I was going to say that you said you suggested I come on the first X so that I can set the bar really low, and then everyone from here on out will look amazing.
Boiled. I'd have got away from it if it wasn't for you pesky kids. But we're very, very lucky, and Clayton, thank you so much. We're very lucky that Clayton is now he's going to be the first up. So well done, sir. I do not like the name that you've chosen, though. You are, of course, the founder and owner of the Growth Crew, leadership experts. But I do not like the second part of your thing there. You're going to set us all off again.
Well, the debate started last week when you said football is better than rugby. So as a South African, I can talk about rugby all day. I don't know if you know that, but I won't do it. But
that isn't the topic of your little 10 minutes, is it?
It could be.
Choose rugby, says Danny. And yes, Morris, absolutely. You will be up, sir. But I'm now gonna leave the studio in the very capable hands of everybody's favorite and football loving Clayton. Over to you,
mate. Is that that Spurs? Good morning, everybody. Thanks, Martin, for suggesting I take the first X, as you so stole from TEDx. I hope I'm on the right track. So I'm going to talk for maybe 10 minutes on, obviously, rugby. No, I'm joking. I will be talking about leadership. I want to start with a quote from a very cool leadership author called Kevin Murray. If you haven't heard of him, he writes amazing leadership books. One of the books is called Charismatic Leadership. And in that book, he says, as leaders, we get things done through others. So the more we involve them in our plans, our culture, and our way of doing things, the more likely we are to succeed. So what a lovely quote. And no matter where you are in the contact center world as a leader, if you're a team leader or the CEO or an ops director, we'd all absolutely love to receive discretionary effort from our people. That is when they go above and beyond what we ask of them because they want to, not because they have to. Now, they do this obviously for the benefit of the organization and the benefit of the team, but they do it because of the leader that's created the environment that they feel a part of and they want to do things for. So for a leader to receive discretionary effort, people need to be really, really comfortable around you. There needs to be a very high level of trust. And I'm happy to announce that that doesn't cost any money to get that to happen. As any leader in the contact center world, we just need to understand how vitally important the role is that we play. We play a very important role in how people feel and see themselves at work, how valuable people feel at work, how much they feel part of something, and how much we care about all of this as a leader. So today I want to talk about two quick things. Number one, we have a primal need to belong as human beings. And number two, leadership motivation. So first of all, we have a primal need to belong. In fact, when we belong to something, it brings out the best in us. Our bodies produce all the feel-good hormones when it feels that we're fitting in and we belong to something. We're more understanding, we're more open, we're more trusting, we're more willing to give the other person a chance, we're more willing to jump in and do stuff for each other when we feel like we belong. Now, as leaders, we play an incredibly important role in creating that environment by building meaning behind what people do so that what they do matters and they feel part of something so that we get that level of openness from them, of trust from them, of understanding from them, of willing to jump in from them. So as leaders, there's lots of ways we can do this. We can focus on the game plan, be great communicators. Where's the company headed? Share what the purpose is, why we're all here. You can literally tell every individual person in your team how valuable their contribution is. But I want to talk about two things unintentionally as leaders we very often don't do. Number one, filling in the backstory. As leaders in a contact center, no matter where you are, you know more. You're more privy to why one campaign is picked over another campaign, why we do one system, why we use one system instead of another system, why we use one process instead of a different process, what the numbers are. As leaders, use what you know to fill in the backstory and connect everybody. Because when you connect everybody, they belong, and we just spoke about it brings out the best in them. So, for example, if there's a new campaign running, right, fill in the backstory as to why this campaign is running, what the outcome is going to be, and the important role everyone plays. For example, I'm hypothetical here, so there might not be this campaign, but imagine you're in the contact center. So I'm telling you, as the leader of the contact center, that we're running a new campaign. It's a low-level, affordable add-on for all our existing customer base. We're launching this not as a money maker, but as a retention strategy to keep our customers. Because if you look at the last 2 years of stats, we've been losing customers. They're not renewing with us. This is an attempt for us to get customers to stay with us, to add value to their existing product, and get them to find how valuable we are, to stay with us. So we increase the lifetime value of every single customer. And here's the important role you play in all of this. You're going to be the one communicating how valuable this part of the product is to our customers. So what I mean there is filling in the backstory. If there's changes happening in the company, we don't just say things like, guys, there's changes happening, because inevitably people will dig their heels in for self-preservation. Better the devil you know than the devil you don't. But if we use the backstory, we can also communicate changes by saying something like, team, we've got some decisions to make, and here's why. Boom, backstory. So the backstory for leaders is very, very important for us to connect people. The second thing under the primal need to belong is closing the loop. When we as leaders unintentionally don't close the loop, we leave our people wondering. When they wonder, it's distracting and it hinders their performance because they're forced to close the loop themselves. For example, if someone comes to you with an idea and you as a leader never give them feedback, you're forcing them to close the loop and wonder why. Wonder if the idea was any good at all. The idea was stupid. Should they bring you another idea ever again? They slowly start disconnecting from you emotionally, which means they don't feel that sense of belonging, all because the loop wasn't closed. Another example is an unsuccessful job interview internally, and we don't give that person feedback as to why they were not successful. As leaders, we're allowing them to close the loop themselves, where their thoughts can run away with them and they can think to themselves, they doubt their ability, they're not good enough, this is not the right place for them. And again, they emotionally distract or detach themselves from the company, which means, and from you, the leader, which means they're not going to be at their best and they don't feel they belong. Another example is running a survey and never sharing the results. You're not closing the loop as to what the results were and where to from here. Or for example, if you say to all the team leaders, guys, we've organized training for you, please be there on Tuesday. Why training? If we don't close the loop as to why there's training, our team leaders are left thinking, why are we getting training? Are we not performing up to standard? No one's told us we're not performing well. What's going on? Are they looking for different levels of performance from us? So they slowly start detaching from the company too, and just by us not closing the loop. So you guys will know our brains are constantly calibrating social events and social interactions that we have on a daily basis. And if we don't close the loop, we are allowing our team to close the loop, which is very distracting because they mull over those thoughts and it hinders them from performing at their best. So that's what I want to talk about when I talk about the primal need to belong. I'll quickly share a story. I know I shared it on a couple of weeks ago, but cricket, right? I know I say choose rugby, but 2018, Australia were touring South Africa in cricket. And on the third day of the test match in Cape Town, one of the Australian cricketers was found with sandpaper in his pocket, Cameron Bancroft, and he was manipulating the ball so it could swing more, cheating, right? Now, at first, all the cameras were on him. The cameras could see that he threw the little piece of sandpaper away. And eventually, it was found out that the captain, Steve Smith, and the vice captain, David Warner, that Cameron Bancroft was actually under instruction from them to do what he did. And when they asked him after the test match or after that day, why did he do it? He simply said, I wanted to fit in. He would break the rules to fit in, that primal need to belong. As leaders, we play an incredibly important part in closing in bringing that organization, or creating that sense of belonging for our people. The last thing I want to talk about really quickly is leadership motivation, your own personal motivation, because as leaders in the contact center, wherever you are, again, designation doesn't matter, CEO to ops director to team leader, sometimes things get tough. Sometimes things feel too much. The walls are closing in, and that flame that's inside you is starting to burn a little bit dimmer. Your motivation is decreasing. To increase that flame again, to burn that flame really bright, is to remind yourself why you're a leader in the first place, that you make choices, you can make choices, and also you have an opportunity and the responsibility that you play a really important role in everybody's lives. You can impact people's lives in a very positive way. No matter how small or long that interaction is, you have the opportunity to change people's lives every single interaction you're in a contact center world. Great leaders have the ability to inspire others to do great things themselves. Ask yourself this question: what impact does me being a leader have on those people around me? I'll say it again. What impact does me being a leader have on those people around me? And use that question as your motivator to help you always understand that your impact could be positive and long-lasting. Because your role in the contact center world as a leader, no matter where your designation, is that you play a vitally important role in how people feel about work, how they see themselves at work, how valuable they feel when they're at work, how much they feel part of something at work, and also if what you are doing on a daily basis makes them feel that you care. So as a leader, to use your own to motivate yourself, remember that question: what impact does me being a leader have on those around me? Because you have the opportunity as a leader, no matter if you have one person or 20 people in your team, you have the opportunity to take people where they want to go. You have the opportunity to help them get to where they're headed. Or even better, you have the opportunity to help them get to where they never thought was possible for them to get. And that's me. That's what I wanted to talk about today, was the primal need to belong. Backstory, fill in the backstory as leaders. Often we don't use that power. Also, closing the loop. Don't leave your people wondering. And then leadership motivation. Remember the massive opportunity you have. Thank you.
Wow, Clayton, thank you so much. That talk about this is where you've said it now. that was brilliant. That was great. Thank you so much. I think you probably couldn't see me backstage. I'm just nodding away, loving just how you've brought all that together. Let's just see a couple of comments that came in. Morris says, as a CX leader, I used to say, if you get out of the way of your customers and colleagues, they will build you a better organization because what they want to engage with. Very true. And Nick says, closing the loop, vital to keeping engaged. I love that. I love that kind of, you can't communicate enough, can you, is what you're saying about campaigns, because people will fill in the gaps. Good morning, HE. You came just at the right time because Clayton's just delivered a brilliant one there. Danny says, love this. We don't always realize how much influence our work and our leaders make to our life. And that's your final point, Clayton, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You know, we often look for all these silver bullets as leaders to better our own lives and make things easier for ourselves. But in fact, our silver bullet is right in front of us. It's our people. And if we spend time creating that sense of belonging so that they are more open, more trusting, more understanding, more willing to go in and to go the extra mile, that is our silver bullet. That will make our lives easier.
It's brilliant.
So, very simple.
There's a fabulous study, says Danny, on employee engagement, which shows a direct causal link between between belonging at work and an increased likelihood to put the bins out for the neighbours, to volunteer time for charity, to speak to strangers at bus stops. Generally just being a nicer person, albeit the last one, Danny, you speak to strangers at bus stops.
But that is so true. You know, if you find, just as, for example, at Christmas time, when all the family's around, and the party on Saturday, Martin, your party, you were speaking about cousins you haven't seen for a long time, family. There was a real sense of belonging because everyone was there for the same reason. And you would have found that at your party, people were more willing to open the door for someone else. Let someone else go first. Buy a drink for someone else. I'll get this. And help this. I'll carry you to the car. people are more willing to do that, just as Danny's saying here, when there is that sense of belonging.
So
It's simple
true.
things.
Darren, this was great. Thanks, Clayton. Helen, this is great. Always think of it in terms of the shadow the leader casts. Oh, there you go. Look.
Yeah, that must be Luca. He's a
Yeah.
South African, yeah.
I love the question to ask ourselves, says Aman. And what does my impact as a leader mean to them? Yeah, it's brilliant. Clayton, thank you so much. What a great way to start doing GOOWx. Despite your little kind of title, choosing rugby, I can't thank you enough. It was a brilliant way to start. I think you've given us in 10 minutes so much value and so much to think about. You're an awesome human being and a genuine expert in leadership. So thank you very much.
No, thanks to you, Martin, for the opportunity, suggesting this, and also for giving people like me the platform to talk about what we like, so what we're passionate about. I really appreciate that. That means a lot.
No problem, mate. Have a lovely rest of the day.
Goodbye.
Wow, that was great, wasn't it? Let me just, in the time we have left, thank you so much, Clayton, and for all your interaction. I think I completely agree with you. I was just great to hear people that know what they're talking about sharing their knowledge with us. That is brilliant. And then, talking of sharing knowledge, a lovely human being is doing a webinar. Neris, joined by Colin and Angela. There is a webinar for OneCom, Intelligent Insights, Transforming Contact Centers with CCAS Analytics and AI, 29th of Feb, 10 a.m. Neris guarantees it's going to be entertaining. So I just wanted to point that out. We've got something else coming up in the team leader community. You might think not necessarily linked to contact centers, but this Thursday, Spencer, and I'm not sure if he's here, but I hope he is, but Spencer is going to be teaching us in the team leader community some basic British Sign Language phrases, so we can be more inclusive leaders. There was a lot of interest in that, and I'm really looking forward to it. I've just realized I've put the 115th of February. I think there was 115 days in January, but there isn't in February. To is to be human, right? You're welcome there. So I'm really looking forward to that webinar. You kind of guarantee it's going to be, just to hear that laugh, really. Well, look, thank you all very much. I've got a couple more meetings and then I'm off tomorrow. I hope you all have a wonderful Valentine's Day when you get there. Let me just point you in the direction of next week. The GOOWx next week is Danny. I'm really looking forward to that. Danny will be on culture. I'm going to not allow him to say choose rugby. We've managed to stay clear of that debate again, even though Clayton was trying to monkey about. I can still see you smiling there, Clayton. And the read along is back. It's like it was timed just when we finished the other one. The UK customer. Oh, actually, I've used the wrong title as well. It's the Contact Center Decision Makers Guide is back for 2024. So we will be doing the read along next week. Thank you, Neris. Thanks, HE. Yeah, I am looking forward to it tomorrow. Thank you all so much for joining. Clayton and James, thank you for a first for Get Out of Rap TV. First person on and the first GOOWx, which, Clayton, I'm going to surprise you. Boo.
Luckily, I wasn't scratching my nose.
Thanks very much. Have a great time. Have a great day, everyone. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Dan.